which masks are more effective against Omicron? क्या मास्क हम गलत तरीके से पहन रहे हैं? क्या सही मास्क जो रिकमेंडेड है या कौन सा मास्क रिकमेंडेड है? कहीं ना कहीं साथियों कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा हमारे पार्ट पे तो लैकिंग नहीं है जिसके कारण इतना ज्यादा ट्रांसमिशन बढ़ रहा है। उसके ऊपर जो स्टडीज हुई है उनके ऊपर आज हम चर्चा करेंगे साथियों।
नमस्कार, मैं डॉक्टर लोकेश भाटिया। सब्सक्राइब करें लोक टॉक्स चैनल को प्रोफेशनल मेडिकल गाइडेंस के लिए, स्पिरिचुअलिटी एंड मेडिटेशन के लिए एंड लाइफ कोचिंग सेशंस के लिए। यह है मेरा व्हाट्सएप नंबर, आप कभी भी संपर्क कर सकते हैं। धन्यवाद।
Before putting on a mask, the cleaning of hands with alcohol-based solution or hand rub or the cleaning solutions which are available, preferably alcohol-based or soap and water is the best. You must clean your hands, then apply mask, right? So let's see a small demo. What is the right way to do about it? Thank you. So this is how we should be using this kind of spray and clean your hands properly, right? Then apply this mask in this manner. Pinch the aluminum strip on the mask in this manner. Then this 3-layered mask is not sufficient for this Omicron. You need to put one more additional cloth mask and definitely not this single mask. We will discuss this in a minute. So this is how it should be. This is the right way to keep it on, right? And this should be right from your leaving from home to coming back home. Need not to remove it at any point of time till you are back from whatever the reason you moved out of the home, right? So let's discuss some other aspects also of this particular thing. साथियों, मास्क की जहां तक बात है, सर्वाधिक मोस्ट इफेक्टिव मास्क अगर जिसे कहा जाए तो ये N95 मास्क है जो ओमिक्रॉन के लिए सबसे ज्यादा रिकमेंडेड है आज की तारीख में, और दिस इज फाउंड टू बी द मोस्ट इफेक्टिव मास्क एज फार एज ओमिक्रॉन इज कंसर्न। ठीक है, इसमें जो रेस्पिरेटर लगा हुआ रहता है, जो वॉल्व लगा रहता है, वो वाला प्रिफर ना करिए, वो केवल हेल्थ केयर वर्कर्स के लिए है। प्रिफर दिस काइंड ऑफ मास्क which is more appropriate for you. All right. So as you all know, Omicron is the fastest spreading deviant rather than calling it variant of SARS-CoV-2 to affect people across the globe. The importance of wearing masks and maintaining social distance and hand hygiene, right? These are the most important things needs to be continued to practice. And it becomes even more important considering the transmission potential of this particular virus. But there is still a confusion regarding the most effective mask against this particular variant, that is Omicron. And are there any particular studies? Yes, now there are specific studies for Omicron. While some people still wear this kind of cloth mask, right? This kind of cloth mask, some people are still wearing it. A lot of people in India, you must have observed, they are wearing this kind of cloth mask. But the experts who have studied this particular problem have proven that these kind of cloth masks are highly ineffective against filtering the viral particles. It can filter the pollution, the contaminants, the bacterial things to enter, but definitely it cannot prevent the entry of the Omicron kind of virus. So which mask is the best? Here is what we need to know about. This is what we'll be discussing today. Why are the cloth masks not effective? Let's discuss that also. That's also equally important because in the first wave, we have seen a lot of advertisements. Even WHO also was saying that one cloth mask can be used. And now what new changes have come up? We'll talk about that. So a research paper published in Peer Journal, which has analyzed 20 different types of cloth masks, found that their pore sizes are ranging from 80 to 500 micrometers. So, as against the novel coronavirus, this particularly the Omicron virus, which is about 0.12 micrometer. So you can understand the cloth mask is definitely not that helpful, which we have been using it quite often so far. So all This means that any tiny droplets can be inhaled through the cloth mask. This is definitely not going to prevent the entry of tiny droplets. Okay, so aerosols and tiny droplets, this is definitely all this kind of gaps, a lot of gaps will be there, and this will not prevent the entry of Omicron in particular. So cloth masks are just effective only for the larger particles like pollutants and other contaminants, but the high filtration mask can keep the Omicron at bay only by either using a double masking technique. As I said before, you can use this one first, a 3-layer mask, right? This thing, and then over this apply this thing, right? This is how it is supposed to be kept. Compared to the cloth mask and the surgical masks, these two, if were used together, then it is definitely going to help. While the surgical masks are better than only cloth masks, they still lack protection against this particular Omicron variant. So we need to do the right kind of practices as far as the mask usage is concerned. And the cloth masks are generally not that effective in preventing or blocking the aerosols, right? Somebody had coughed, somebody had sneezed nearby to you. Their effectiveness lies only somewhere between 50 to 60% only. So this kind of cloth masks are definitely not helping in preventing development of Omicron infection. So along with this kind of cloth mask, it is very much needed to use another additional surgical mask as well, and make sure that this kind of surgical mask is also a 3-layered mask. Okay, so that only using this two masks together can give you a prevention to the tune of 91% removal efficiency for air and dust particles and Omicron virus. That's also the reason why we are seeing people either wearing double masks or using this kind of 6-layered mask is also available. This kind of 6-layered, this is a 6-layered mask. This is also very, very effective. Okay, there are 6 layers in this, right? So there are 2 more good variants which are also available in the market, definitely, and I have no idea at all to promote any kind of any particular brand of it. Cloth mask alone may not be useful at all. It was being prescribed in the first wave for the general people, and now in this 3rd wave it has definitely been studied very well that it is not a good idea at all to make use of this kind of only cloth masks, right? So this thing should be very, very clear, and this kind of virus, the Omicron, if you want to prevent this, this is the only way that you can use this kind of either this particular kind of brand, where definitely this nose clip is very, very important to make it more snugly fitting, right? So this kind of a 3-layer surgical mask and a cloth mask, when used together, are more effective instead of using only one single mask, that too only one single cloth mask. All right. As Omicron is highly transmissible, protection by cloth mask is non-existent, and in fact may contribute to the development or the spread of Omicron, as it may give a false sense of security, false sense of protection, and definitely it is not a sensible decision to make use of a cloth mask anymore. So protection, if you want, then either use 2 masks, 1 cloth mask and a 3-layered surgical mask inside, or these kind of designs what I showed you just now. So this is all what I wanted to mention to you, that either use this kind of N95 mask or use this kind of designs what I showed you just now, right? And make sure that you are not touching on the front surface of your mask. Okay, so this is how you can put it on. So FDA has definitely mentioned that this is the most effective mask to be used, either N95 or this kind of design, which are multi-layered, and make sure that you do not touch it on the front surface of this. And if it gets touched, gets soiled, definitely needs to be discarded and use a fresh one. So this is all what I wanted to talk to you about in this video. The most effective, most protection providing mask we should be using. As you all know, a lot of people are getting affected. The newer you never know when the new mutation can happen. So hand hygiene, masking, and social distancing. These things should be continued and it should become a regular part of our practice. So, point to summarize here is that we need to discard using this exclusive cloth mask. There are more horrible quality of cloth mask available, as you all know. You have been using it. आपने बहुत सारे इस तरीके के कपड़े के मास्क इस्तेमाल किए होंगे, देखे होंगे लोगों को इस्तेमाल करते हुए. इनका इस्तेमाल खाली कपड़े के मास्क का इस्तेमाल ना करिए. अगर कपड़े का मास्क आपको इस्तेमाल करना है तो उसके नीचे निश्चित रूप से इस तरीके का सर्जिकल मास्क जो कि ट्रिपल लेयर हो, इसका इस्तेमाल जरूर करिए. पहले ये लगाइए, नोज स्लिप को पिंच करिए और उसके ऊपर इसको लगाइए. ठीक है, तो ये चीजों का आपने ध्यान देना है ताकि मास्क और जो साइड में जो जगह रहती है वो बिल्कुल ना बचे. तो ये जो मिनिस्ट्री के जो रिवाइज्ड गाइडलाइंस थी, ये मैंने आपसे चर्चा करना आज उचित समझा. That's why I decided to talk about on this particular topic today. And the home isolation guidelines also, you are very well aware about it. If you are getting infected, then in home also, when the other family members are present, you need to keep your mask, double mask on all the time. Your hand hygiene is must. Every now and then keep using sterilization solution to keep it very sterile. The hands should be cleaned very often. Eventually, if you need to touch it on your nose, then make sure that you are using it to clean, using this kind of sterilization solution to clean your hands, right? So this is all about in this video. Thank you very much. Make sure that you are sharing with all your friends. I hope you like the content of today's video. Share it with your friends, hit on the like button and do subscribe Loke Talks. Don't forget to hit on the bell button. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. Take care. See you.